In the spring of 2000, two teenagers disappeared from the city of Sparta, Tennessee. Their abrupt vanishing baffled their loved ones, investigators, and the online sleuthing community for decades. With few clues to work with and not a shred of evidence, the disappearance of Erin Foster and Jeremy Betchell seemed doomed to be forever unsolved. But then a YouTuber specializing in diving entered the picture, and everything changed. Jeremy Lee Betchell was born on November 7, 1982 in Smithville, Tennessee, with his family describing him as being passionate about music and sports. Erin Lee Foster, meanwhile, was born on February 28, 1982. Erin's loved ones recalled that she was a perfectionist, always happy to lend a hand when needed, and that she was willing to make time for her younger brother and take care of him when her parents weren't available. She was often found helping her mother around the house or assisting her father with mechanical work, the latter of which led her to develop an interest in becoming a mechanic in the future. Erin and Jeremy were both living in Sparta, Tennessee at the time of their disappearances, and they were last seen on the evening of April 3, 2000. That evening, 17-year-old Jeremy spoke with his father, Ronnie, over the telephone, while 18-year-old Erin spent time with her brother, Will. Later that night, the pair attended a party for a few hours before returning home to Erin's house. A short time later, at around 10 p.m., they left again, heading out in Erin's 1988 Pontiac Grand Am. Unfortunately, there was a delay in the pair being reported missing. While Erin's mother was concerned about her daughter's absence the following morning, her father, who was away on a business trip, believed she would be home in a few days. But a few days passed, and then it was a whole week that had gone by before Erin's parents contacted the authorities. Reportedly, the investigation was bungled from the start. As well as the delay, the families noted that police never searched the bedrooms of Erin and Jeremy, nor did they question the friends they had attended the party with. The investigation stalled very quickly due to a lack of evidence. There wasn't even a trace of Erin's Pontiac Grand Am. Eventually, one vague lead emerged when police learned of witness sightings that potentially placed Erin in Pensacola, Florida. Many individuals claimed she was living and working in the city, and for a time, investigators believed that this lead was credible. They traveled to the area, showing her photograph to locals, several of whom recognized her, including a retired police officer. However, a thorough search of the city across 2005 and 2006 turned up nothing. In Tennessee, meanwhile, investigators swept potential dumping grounds. Abandoned wells were dug up in White County following a tip that the two had been murdered and their bodies tossed inside, and in 2012, yet another well was dug up, but there was no sign of the teens. A detective with the White County Sheriff's Office back then told the media, "We've explored all the avenues that we know of, unless some more information is developed, but we are not giving up on this case." With no forensic evidence, bodies, or concrete witness sightings, rumors and theories of what might have happened to the two teenagers began to circulate. There was speculation that the pair had been killed in a robbery or drug deal gone wrong, that they were murdered by somebody who was jealous, that they'd been in the wrong place at the wrong time and potentially witnessed something criminal, that they were killed so that Erin's car could be stolen, or even that they ran off together. For decades, such theories were the only information available in the case. Jeremy's mother eventually provided her DNA to investigators, in case a John Doe matching her son's description was ever recovered. Against the recommendation of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, however, Erin's parents declined to provide their DNA. The executive director for the center's Missing Children's Division at the time, Bob Lowry, noted that many parents fear giving their DNA as they don't want to know, or face the reality, that their child may be dead. Rhonda Ledbetter, Jeremy's mother, never agreed with the theory that her son and Erin ran away from home. She always believed that foul play was involved in their disappearance. She told news outlets, "You need money to go on the run." Both of them worked, and neither picked up their last paychecks, and none of their personal belongings are missing, except what they had with them. She added chillingly, "I don't believe they got out of White County that night." Detective Chris Isom stated that even if the pair had intended to flee that night, something likely happened to them before they could, observing, "For kids like that to stay gone this long and not contact any of their friends or family, that's enough to make you think something is wrong." He later added, "You can point to literally any scenario as to what happened that night, and I cannot prove that any are right or wrong. Every lead we get, it seems like it becomes smoke that you can't hold in your hand." Jeremy's mother has also noted that she did not feel that she got full cooperation from the police during the early investigation. Isom noted that there was conflicting information about several matters, including the exact nature of the relationship between Erin and Jeremy. Reportedly, for years after the disappearance, Erin's ex-boyfriend remained a person of interest, though investigators noted that he was never a suspect and always cooperated fully with the police. Jeremy Sides was born on October 2nd, 1979, and spent time with the US Navy after high school, later working in the automotive industry. In 2016, he started up a YouTube channel to share his interest in metal detecting, but he eventually branched out and also began filming his adventures while diving. He subsequently changed the name of his channel to Exploring with Nug, after adopting the joke nickname his friends had given to him during his metal detecting hobby. Over the years, Sides has made a name for himself and has an impressive track record of helping to locate the missing. He has reportedly stated that he scours missing persons records on the Charlie Project in order to help him find his next case, and that he always focuses on people who vanished near bodies of water. He told the Washington Post, "Cars don't just disappear. 9 times out of 10, they're in the water." In October of 2021, Sides helped discover the truck of Thomas Thornton, a missing Vietnam War veteran from Tyler County, Texas. The truck contained a body, later identified as Thomas's. The following month, in Melton Hill Lake, Tennessee, he found the vehicle of Miriam Hemphill, who vanished in the summer of 2005, while in 2022, he helped to find several cars containing bodies, including that of Alan Livingston, who had been missing since 1983 and was found in the Coosa River, Alabama. Jason Spencer, who vanished in November of 2022 and was found in the Cumberland River, Tennessee, and Margaret Smith, who was last seen in April 2021. Her vehicle was found in a body of water in Lakeland, Florida. Sides' most notable case, however, is that of Erin Foster and Jeremy Betchell. Before his involvement, the case had mostly stalled, leaving many perplexed as to what had become of the missing teens. All the theories and rampant speculation in the case came to a complete halt in December of 2021. At first, on November 24th, Sides searched a lake close to where the teens attended the party that night. And although he discovered a vehicle submerged below the surface, it was not Erin's. Days later, on November 30th, Sides used sonar technology to find a vehicle plunged into the Calfkiller River next to Highway 84 in Tennessee. He did this in cooperation with the White County Sheriff's Department, who'd caught wind of his searches, which he had been sharing on his YouTube channel. The department didn't have access to such technology, but they did have access to case files, and told Sides that they'd recently rediscovered a misfiled report with more details about the party the teens had attended that night. It indicated that they'd likely driven on Highway 84 back to Erin's house before they vanished. Unfortunately, Sides ran out of daylight after finding the submerged vehicle using sonar and could not explore beneath the water's surface, so he returned the following day, December 1st, and plunged deep below. Here he got a closer look at the metal hunk of an old vehicle, the state of which indicated it had been there for some time. It was a Pontiac Grand Am, and it contained human remains. He subsequently contacted the White County Sheriff's Office. Steve Page, who has been the sheriff since 2018, later told the Washington Post, "I was in doubt until I got there and ran the tags. I made a promise to the Foster family that as long as I was sheriff, I'd be looking for these 2 kids. I did. I have." After 21 years, Erin and Jeremy were finally located. Their bodies were positively identified, with police theorizing that Erin lost control of the vehicle while driving on the highway. At the time of their disappearance, the section of road they were driving along did not have a guardrail. Steve Page added, "We've gone in wells, dug up areas, we've used ground-penetrating equipment looking for bodies, but it was right under our noses the whole time. It's heart-wrenching to know it was that simple, and it was made that hard because of all of the rumors and horror stories through the years." Though the families of both teams are glad to finally have answers, the discovery of their bodies has also reopened old wounds. Jeremy's father, Ronnie, stated, "It's like losing him all over again. It just shattered my heart again. We always kind of thought through the years that something happened, but I just didn't know what." The families had separate funerals, but a joint memorial service for Erin and Jeremy. Jeremy's mother sadly passed away 4 years before the body of her son was found, and Erin's father passed away earlier this year. In his video about the discovery of Erin's Pontiac, Sides said, "I'm lost for words. I'm so glad I could find them. I'm so sad that that's where they ended up. I can't believe it's been over 20 years that they've been sitting there waiting for someone to find them." And there you have the facts. Please leave a comment down below with your own thoughts and reactions, and remember to like this video and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you for watching. Stay alert, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.